So in case you are not aware, there is another No Kings protest across the country planned for this upcoming Saturday, October 18th. And if you plan to be in attendance, there are a couple things you should know. Number one, the Trump administration is circulating this idea that the No Kings protest is going to be a hotbed of Antifa activity. Antifa, if you don't know, stands for anti-fascist, and the Trump administration has designated them a terrorist organization. There's only one problem with that, though. Antifa is not a group, it's not a club, it has no members or membership. It's an ideology. You know what is a group, though? The KKK, the Klan, the Proud Boys, Turning Point USA, the Groypers. They're a group. But anyway, I digress. The fact that the Trump administration is going out of their way to designate Antifa as a terrorist organization, despite not being an organization at all, should tell you that they're using it as an umbrella term to harass and detain anyone they don't agree with. And the fact that the administration, like I said before, is trying to circulate this idea that the protest is going to be a hotbed for Antifa activity should let you know exactly the kind of timing they on. So if you're going to attend, here's some things you should probably do. Number one, do not bring your phone or any electronic device that can be tracked. No iPhone, no Fitbit, no Samsung, no Android, no Pixel, no Apple Watch, nothing. You're finna be out there like it's 1995. Don't bring nothing with you. If you absolutely must have it on your person, you are going to go on Amazon.com and buy what is known as a Faraday pouch. This is going to be a bag that you can carry with you, small bag, that will block any incoming and outgoing signals from any devices placed inside of it. Makes it that much harder to track. Second thing you're gonna do, right? If you're gonna be out there, do not be out there plain face. I know we all have disdain for these YNs, but they had the right idea with these shiesties. You're gonna get a shiesty and mask the fuck up. You feel what I'm saying to you? The name of the game here, right, is to restrict all the different ways you can be tracked simply by being present. Because trust me when I say, they will be tracking you. I also saw a video from Corn Pop about 2 hours ago talking about how they're going to be at this protest across the country doing retinal scans from afar. So go ahead, throw some glasses in there also. Again, the name of the game is to restrict all the different ways you can be identified from afar simply by being present at a protest you have every right to be at. Don't give these people any ammunition to hem you up. And last but not least, if you're going to go to this protest, keep your head on a fucking swivel, all right? There's going to be agitators. This ICE is going to be present. I guarantee it. Do not tangle with these folks. Dip out at the first sign of trouble. I'm trying to tell you, because they're trying to use any and every incident that might pop off at any one of these protests across the country as justification to unleash the hounds, all right? So don't give them any reasons. Don't bring your phone. If you have to, bring a Faraday pouch, mask up, put the glasses on, and be safe, all right?
The people that are demanding black people to stand up and fight, you can tell that they know nothing about the black community, because then you would know that we never stopped fighting. I made a post that pretty much stated that before black people stand up and fight for anybody, they need to decolonize their mind. They need to unlearn white supremacist ideology. They need to lose the colorism, the racism, and the bigotry. And I was met with a comment from a Latina woman. Now, I'd seen this comment before, and it was a little weird, but the second time I decided to address it because now I understand that people really don't understand the struggle of black people. The comment reads as such: this is about deportation and illegally ripping families apart without due process. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the black community hasn't experienced that. Yes, I believe she meant you've been on the chopping block since the beginning, but they are coming with different knives now. Oh, sweet ignorance. May this level of ignorance never find me in my life. But understand, they didn't have to simply separate black families. They just fed the kids to alligators. They didn't have to separate black families. They just blew up the house. They just lit the house on fire. They just drowned the whole town. They just set the whole town on fire. They chased black people from city to city, state to state, ripping black families apart, taking their children, kidnapping their children, selling their children to be ex-workers and work in fields, creating black codes to literally separate black families without due process. Government participating in literal systemic racism in order to diminish and destroy black families. Government participating in the crack epidemic in order to destroy black families. Black folks got free, all of a sudden the prison industry is booming. Now they're just taking black people off the streets so they can now work in prisons. No, they don't have to separate black families. Just drop a bomb on the house. It's much more easier. You want to know, correct me if I'm wrong, you're wrong as hell. We have been dealing with homegrown terrorism, domestic terrorism, since they seen our skin tone. And they realized they can capitalize off our brilliance, our strength, our energy. We have been dealing with homegrown evil, hanging people from trees with a smile on their face. They didn't need to separate black families. They need to keep us here so they can torture us. But you know how racism really won? Because in the year of 2025, there's a brown-skinned Latina really saying that black people have not been through anything.
Tomorrow there will be no King's Day protest, and it's going to be a massive one. Leave alone whatever happened back in June. Tomorrow will be like the mother of all protests in the United States. And you know what? The orange man said that in case there will be any chaos, he's going to deploy the National Guards to mean this man want to invoke the martial law the way he promised earlier. And it has started happening in some of the states like Texas, Virginia. They have started deploying the National Guards. And again, there are some rumors going around that black people will be protesting tomorrow. No, black people are not going to join the protest. They are sitting this one out. It's not their business. It's not their fight. So, guys, let me know how prepared you are for tomorrow's No King's Day protest. Are you going to protest with other people, or you are going to sit at home and watch whatever will be happening? So guys, welcome back to Afrojudy's channel. I really appreciate your massive love and support. Let's dive in straight to the episode, and kindly give this video a thumbs up. If you are coming across this channel for the very first time, consider giving me a follow.
My thoughts about the No Kings Parade has not changed since June. And I refuse to call it a protest. At best, I'm going to call it a march. Because ultimately, doing anything on a Saturday in a major city is not disruption or interruption. It's just optics. So let's do some simple math. Currently, in multiple cities, the National Guard has been deployed. In addition to that, you have agencies like the DEA, the FBI, and Snow Cone harassing, arresting, detaining, and assaulting people in your community. These are not people to have been found to have committed any crime outside of just being othered and exist. We currently have Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act that is potentially going to be repealed, which would impact black voters first and then people of color more than any other demographic. 300,000 black women have lost their job. And with me actually being in DC where the federal government is housed, more people have lost their jobs last week, so I'm sure that number has changed. They cut the entire Department of Education sector that focuses on children with disabilities and other learning abilities. Now, with that information alone, we're doing math here. How does all of the situations in which I just named, plus taking the time out on a Saturday to march throughout the street with poster boards and magic markers, with freshly printed out t-shirts where the money for that could have been used for mutual aid, chanting while nobody's in any offices to hear you, going to undo all the things that I just listed. If somebody can help me do that math, I'm a millennial, so maybe that's Common Core. I don't know anything about that, but that would be great.
Let me see if I'm all caught up. So we've got Greg Abbott, Hot Wheels Willie, sending the National Guard to the No Kings protests. Yes. And y'all will have the assistance of overflying jets. We got the Republican Party standing at the podium saying that the No Kings protest is a march against America. It's a march against Americans and what Americans believe and the values of America. Anybody marching will be considered Antifa. I told y'all this shit the other day. Antifa is not a group. It's not an organization. It's a state of mind. It says that you are against fascism, authoritarianism, any type of dictatorship. No fucking king will rise in America. We've got the 10 Commandments going up in universities in Arkansas to support Christian values. But hey, Christian values also support no SNAP, no Medicaid, all through fucking November. Yes, they've cut that access off, so mothers that have babies cannot feed their children. Money going to other countries to support other countries' ideology, as long as they align with MAGA, which is a white Christian nationalist thought process. We got a government that's prepared to surveillance everybody to try to keep people in check and not use their First Amendment rights. We got white people, yes, white people, that are okay with being racist now because of our fucking government. We got young Republicans, the ages of 18 to 40, they're not fucking children, J.D. Vance, that are sitting there talking about they love Nazis, they love slavery, they want to gas chamber people, they want to grape their enemies, and they're excited to start that movement. And y'all brush that off as child's play. This administration does not support anybody who's not white, rich, a right-wing nut, a conservative, and a racist. I want y'all to remember something when y'all are touting about being a fucking Christian. Right after they got out of church, they burned crosses in front of people's yards. They strange fruit people on a picnic. They would put on their white hoods after church and go chase down people trying to run for freedom. They also want to persecute people for having the freedom to choose their own religion. And Christians have never done shit but destroy countries. Marry young girls off at an early age just for some fucking land. Enslaved people and use the Bible to do so. Use ICE to hunt down everyday people just trying to survive. Accepts racism as a form of Christianity to protect Christianity, and it will damn sure take your freedom of speech away. I denounce Christianity in every form, every fucking fashion, because it is no longer God's word. It is no longer Jesus's word. It is the word of racism. It is the word of fascism. It is the word of authoritarianism. And I don't think God sent his only begotten son to be hung up on a cross for that shit.
So everybody's talking about the mixed lady who said that black women or black people are cowards for staying in. I'm not here to bash that lady. I'm here to tell you that is the opposite. You are saving America. Point blank, period. The minute we go out en masse, martial law happens. Now look, if the other people, mixed people who present as white and white people, if they go out there on the front line, nothing's going to happen to them. Because as you can see, ICE and all those people are still going to be targeting black people. So while they're chasing us, we're actually providing cover for those who say they are allies to then deal a mighty blow. But you're not dealing any kind of blow. You got cover. They're not looking for you. What do you mean, what are we doing? They're not even looking for you, and you're out there holding signs, getting shot in the head with pepper balls, and just doing nothing. Just doing nothing. And then want to look at us and say, oh, that's cowardly. No, we're saving you. In fact, we're giving you the advantage. While they are looking for us and desperately doing everything that they can to get us outside, you all should be destroying them because they're not even looking at you. You should be absolutely wrecking shop, but you're not. You're making TikToks trying to shame black people into coming out and being human shields for you. Because the real cowards, even though they're not looking for you, they got their back turned to you, you won't deal any kind of blow. No blow. No real kind of blow. What more do you want? We're providing you cover. You're not taking advantage of what we are doing for you. Right? While we're inside and they're busy coming to the apartment buildings where we're inside and raiding those apartment buildings, you should be doing something strategic and taking advantage of that. Y'all can walk up to them and they won't even think nothing about it. You could walk up to an ICE agent. If you're white, if you're mixed and white presenting, you can walk up to an ICE agent and do whatever you want because you're not on their radar. We're on their radar. So while we're on their radar and you have the ability, like a Trojan horse, we have created a Trojan horse for you. You are damn near invisible and you're doing nothing with it but trying to criticize the people who are providing you cover. Listen, don't listen to anybody who tried to tell you that what we collectively decided is cowardice. No, it's not. It's cowardice that while they are looking for us, the rest of you say you're in some kind of fight and you're not doing anything about it. Let me tell you something. If my homeboy, my brother, my cousin, somebody I love, right? there's somebody who's attacking them. That person turns their back on me. That would be a mistake. If they focused on my family member and completely turned their back on me and allowed me to walk up on them, but that's not what was happening with y'all. You walk around completely invisible and untouchable. I saw when the LA things first started, there was a little white girl who walked up to the cops and was in their face. And that cop came to the front, begged her to leave, told her she doesn't understand how she's ruining her life. He then goes back, I guess, to the command and says, hey, this girl is up front and she's a problem. They tell him, she's white, you can't touch her. Go back up there and tell her to go home. He goes back up there and tell her to go home, not to ruin her life. She doesn't listen. He goes back again behind the lines. I guess again to say, hey, she's not listening. So finally they come up, they snatch her up behind the lines, and it looks like they disappeared her. But you know what happened? They took her to the back, had a talking to her. They brought her right back to where they snatched her from minutes later, and she turned around and went her ass home like they told her to.
You know what, guys? For quite a long period of time, Orange Man has always been scared if he hears that black people want to go to the street to protest, because he knows the power of black people. Secondly, he knows how black people are so organized. He knows how powerful the voice of black people are and how people can mobilize a crowd to go out and start protesting with them. And now, being that tomorrow there is no King's Day protest, some of the people started spreading rumors that the black people will be joining the protest. But watching the clips, reading the comment section, black people are not going to join the protest tomorrow. They are still sitting this one out. They say this is not their fight. They are resting. They have tried to fight for America for quite a long period of time. Their voices have not been heard. The only result they have been getting is being manipulated, being discriminated, being racially profiled, and there is no any other benefit they have got from the government. So tomorrow, people are going to the street. Some of the palm-colored people were busy begging the people to go and join them in the protest. They said that there is no king in the United States. And why is it that the Orange Man is busy telling people that tomorrow will be King's Day? Americans have had enough since Orange Man got into the office. It wasn't the way some of them expected. Some people knew that maybe it's gonna be a good America. Maybe the Orange Man is going to make them feel better. And now the police brutality has increased. The racial discrimination has increased. The mass incarcerations has increased. And the Orange Man doesn't even see the American citizens as important beings, because instead of benefiting the American citizens, it's only busy funding other countries. It's only busy offering support aid to other countries, and yet its own citizens are suffering. There has been mass layoffs. Since the government shut down, a lot has happened. If the United States knows that it is stable enough, why is it that there is a government shutdown? Because some of the countries right now are boycotting doing business with America just because of the Orange Man. Black people have been fighting from civil rights, the Voter Rights Act, the police reforms, and still they want the black people to come out and help them in the protests when they can't even take care of the black people, when they can't even give the black people security. And that's why my people say that tomorrow we are not going out to protest, because they literally want black people to be at the front line, then they follow. I've been seeing how people are mobilizing this No King's Day protest protest tomorrow, to a point that some of them said that they should be carrying the American flag tomorrow. They should all be wearing masks, but some were against the issue of wearing masks. They said that they just want to be seen. Then again, they say that if you have a tattoo, maybe you should cover it. Then after the No King's Day protest, you should remove the cover that you used to cover your tattoo and throw it away. Then you should not be going to the protest with your phone, because maybe if the police catch you, they'll be using all the details that you have in your phone. Then again, they can't arrest all the American citizens. If tomorrow they happen to deploy the National Guards the way the Orange Man claimed, of which it has already started, people should just be careful, because you never know whatever will happen tomorrow. If during the ICE raids this Orange Man deployed the National Guards, what about tomorrow? He's going to do so because he knows very well that people are against him. People really don't like him. So he just wants something that will trigger these people not to go to protest, not to join the No King's Day protest. But Americans said, well, we are still going to join. You can't arrest all of us. And my black people, this is not your fight. I know America is your land. You have fought for it. You have bled for it. You have suffered because of the United States. But this one is like trying to rage bait you to go through the street, because Orange Man really wants you there. It reaches a point that he gets triggered when you guys don't go to the street to protest. So immediately you go there, maybe you will be the main target. You remember what happened back in June? Some of the black people didn't listen to whatever other black people told them, and they just went to the street to protest with other people. The women were arrested, the men were arrested, and they were wrongly arrested. So don't go out to start marching. Just stay indoors. Just do your business the way you promise, and also rest the way you promise. I love the fact that some of the black people are saying that tomorrow is their day to watch their movies, but again, not horror movies, because they say that they didn't participate in filming the horror movies. Again, some of them say that it's a time for them to have time with their family, to take care of their pets, to cook their favorite food, instead of going out to the street to protest. So if you're watching this video, let me know how prepared you are for tomorrow's No King's Day protest. Are you going to protest, or you are not going to protest? Let me know in the comment section. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I honestly appreciate your massive love and support. Until next time, peace and love.